Back on, Gerty back again, that Monday mood. Well, here I am, it's Monday, it's beautiful, it's glorious, the sun's out, and it's really springified. So, and we're rolling on to the end of term on Friday. Oh my God, I can't wait. So here we are, we're back. Meghan is all over this breakdown. Prince Harry is accused of bullying and harassment by the charity chair. Well, it wasn't by the chair, was it, darling? The metaphorical chair, the chair lady. The dear Dr. Sophie Chakamara, whatever her name is. Let's call her Dr. Sophie. Not because her name's in any way difficult, it's because I'm thick. So, there you go. And, oh, yeah, hello, it's Regular. I'm here again, and I. So, I've got an opinion to opine. I'm going to opine my opinion. And I don't care who knows it, you know. Yes, I'm going to throw my cap in the ring. Or something to do with the ring, anyway. So, let's see, we're going back with, this is Mike Graham on Squawk TV. And he's just replaying. Oh, I love it. Oh, the Drew Barrymore interview. The girly gush. Yeah, right, let's go.
Life is full of surprises.
Hey.
I did not expect to meet H and for this to be our...
Oh, shut. You strategically managed that for decades, didn't you? It was like army manoeuvres. It's all pre-planned. Shut up.
Love story, and you know, I'm very lucky. I am married to
doing all that iconic. Look at me, I'm just closing my eyes and looking up at the ceiling, because I look like religiosity or something, don't I? Oh, it's such hard work being an icon, it really is. When you're as beautiful as me and you're as young as me. I'm only 42. Oh dear, 42, yeah. Not smug, you know, lovely. I'm so marvellous that basically I can do what I want, and I work Barry's batteries. I'm better than everybody. I'm better than who she thinks she is, that Dr. Bleeding Sophie. Just because she's a professional academic and a lawyer and she's got the member of the British Empire. Who does she think she is? I'm the muchness, and what I say goes. Well, say what I say goes, what I say to Barry goes. He's me gopher, and what I declare he brings into existence for moi, because I'm splendidifous, I am, look at me. Oh, I didn't know how I just sort of organically met that Ginger Barry Baldy. I couldn't help myself. So, yeah, I'm lucky and I'm like Mary Bleed Poppins, come on.
Funniest, sweetest, most charming. I mean, he's all the things that you're describing.
Oh dear, I'm 48, I might be 49 on the 4th of August, but I'm still blagging everyone that I'm 42, feels something. So, yeah. Woo! Well, here we go. So, calm down, Gert.
He's an amazing father.
Oh, he's an amazing father. He blows them up every now and again, and he takes the hair out, puts them back in the drawer. Oh, he does this. Me looking marvellous. Just. And, yeah, never mind about him. He looks well ugly, but I'm there. I'm not on Candy, and I'm Candy. Oh, I'm just splendid. Oh dear, if I wasn't me, I'd go out with me. I really would. I'd be lesbianic. I would. I'd turn myself. I'm marvellous. Come on. Oh my God, Drew, stop, please, Drew. Don't do it. You're going to, aren't you? Because she is known as Hollywood royalty and she's just gusheriferous. But then somebody said they're at the same management company. It's William Morris Endeavour. So.
Blessings, because I have him, and also I have a partner who is so supportive of me.
Right. Look at her face. She looks like she's given up the will to live, old Drew. She's like, yeah, bitch.
Right, come on, Graham. By Sophie Chanduka. She doesn't say he's the greatest man alive, or the funniest, or the kindest. She says that Harry unleashed the Sussex machine on her in a case of harassment and bullying at scale. After she tried to change things at Sentebale. Have a listen to what she has to say.
Oh, don't sound like Barry.
At some point on.
That doesn't sound like him at all. Where are we going? Look, come on. Let's go up here. Let's go up here.
Piece of news to the outside world.
There we go.
Without informing me, or my country directors, or my executive director. And can you imagine what that attack has done for me?
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah.
And the 540 individuals in the Sentebale organizations and their family, that is an example of harassment and bullying at scale.
I can imagine what's happened. They've set the Sussex squad on you, and you've probably been receiving death threats, as in F-R-E-T-S's. Deaf as in DEF, as in Def Leopard, rather than anything else, I'm saying. So they've probably done all that, because that's in their raison d'etre, and they've probably unleashed the Kraken, the Sussex Kraken on you. In this case, manifested by the Meghan Markle. Yeah? I think, and I went and had a look, because I made this morning and deleted it, because I was too much, I think this, I'm not sure, but this is what I imagine. So I went and had a little look, and yes, what they were trying to do, because she would, was redirect the funds from Sentebale that was already a charity set up by Harry in 2006, well before she met him 10 years later. When they set up Archie Well, she was trying to get the Ingriftus and Sentebale charities paid through to the Archwell Foundation. So there's some sort of Mickey mesmerisation going on there, isn't there? Financial tomfoolery, darling. So, and this lady here, as I've already said, educated, professional lady, she knows how to run a ship, she knows how to run a show. They put her in there for a reason. She's a proud, black, confident woman of colour. But apparently, the Markle doesn't like that suddenly. She's not uplifting Dr. Sophie. She means the other ones, not Dr. Sophie, and the other 500 people that work there that are of the same ethnicity as Sophie. No, Markle doesn't mean them. She doesn't mean them. Because, as we all know, she's the one that the Markle pushed out the way. So embarrassing. It was so cringy. And, she just wanted to get her hands on that show, didn't she? You know what she's like. Honestly, grab, and fondle. So, and she sort of put herself above Sophie, who was there at the charity, because the charity was raising money for the polo match was to raise money for the charity Sentebale, of which she is the chairperson, the chair lady. So obviously she was there representing the charity and should have been on the stage. In her interview to Sky, she says that she didn't realise that Meghan was there. Her understanding was that it would be Harry would be there, and she was asked to attend because of her position within the charity. So, and then the Megalite turned up with Serena, whatever her bleep name is, what used to play football or tennis or whatever it is she used to do. Big lady. I think she was using Selena as a poodle at the time. So anyway, she towed up. And to be honest, I didn't even know it was Serena. I couldn't tell who it was because she just kept pushing her out of the way. So, it was all rather unseemly and somewhat tawdry, wasn't it? With the Markle grabbing and clawing and pawing and elbowing people out the way like she does and ordering people where to stand. Because she's muchness and obviously she's elevated. Alright, she's not edificated like your Dr. Sophie. She's not educated like that at all. No, not the Markle, no. But the Markle, you see, she's in the recipient. She's in the largesse. Of some splendiferous, you know. Spermatozoa, you two people. Spermatozoa, yes, she is. And if I wasn't on YouTube, I could be a lot more disgusting and a lot more profound and on point when I talk about such matters. But, yes, so this, by dint of her being in the recipient of this Baldy Barry's, bodily fluids, darlings, it's before tea, so I think I'll just sneak it in. I think I'll just get away with it. What do you reckon? I think I will. So anyway, so that means that she is, and will always be, more marvellous than the Dr. Sophie Chandabuka, MBE, member of the British Empire, that was made it by the Queen, or Prince Charles, or somebody that isn't the Markle. So so just push her out of the way. Don't care. And obviously, she went against what the Barry Barrington, because obviously he's her mouthpiece. She tells him what to do, and then he puts it into action. So she kept sort of saying about how Barry was doing this and Barry was doing that. But then when she was called to sort of clarify the point, she was like, no, I always found Harry really charming. So, I mean, you can read between the lines. So it's basically when he was deployed on behalf of the Markle was when all the sticky stuff started to hit the fan, metaphorically speaking. And this proud, educated and accomplished woman of colour, who's a lady from Lesotho, where the charity is actually based, on whose behalf she works for the little children, the orphans that were blighted by the AIDS epidemic. In 2006, that was a death sentence in a way that it isn't now. 19 years later, it's a condition you can live with. So Dr. Chakrabarti, but Dr. Sophie, let's just stick with Dr. Sophie, because you know me, I'm thick as bleeding mince. I really am. Honestly, it's a wonder I'm let out alone. So, 19 years on, Dr. Sophie has moved the charity on from just dealing with what was in effect a death sentence for the children and trying to make their life, I suppose, comfortable and give them access to the medical aid they needed at that point. It's morphed off into doing things to do with climate and sustainability within the area of Lesotho. So I would think it's to do with like the wildlife and the ecology of the country. So the children have got skill sets and they've got stuff to bring to the table for their little tiny country. And apart from the fact they have got HIV virus, it's managed and they can still live a wonderful life and a free life and to give back and to actualise and to be something more than the victim of AIDS. And if half of you, well, I don't know whether I'd say half of you, no, scrub that. If people actually knew how the children ended up in the first place as babies with AIDS, that would be another story. So obviously I can't say that on YouTube, but it is horrific, absolutely horrific. And it's a sort of cultural thing that needed to be challenged, which was, as far as I know, challenged by Dr. Sophie. The cultural mores and norms have been put to bed that this isn't a thing, you cannot be doing this no more. No more voodoo medicine man doctors telling you to do things. Can't do that. So keeping the children safe and keeping the children healthy and keeping the children on point so they can move forward in their lives rather than just sit around waiting for their untimely demises, which was the case originally. So I think it's a very worthwhile charity that has been usurped by the bleeding market, because the minute she can get that charity funneled through Archwell, and I do believe they had a whack at Ingrifftus. I think if you remember, Ingrifftus people all left, didn't they? That all got a bit sticky. I think that was the idea. So anything on Harry's portfolio prior to marrying that old bleeding malt and setting up Archwell, she then was going to, by hook or by crook, funnel those charities through Archwell to increase the turnover of Archwell and to make it look a lot healthier than what it is, and also to cream off the 95% that you can once you've funneled your donations through a foundation. And I think that might be where we were heading with this. So yeah, and a few years ago, didn't they stand up on stage and take an award for fighting unconscious bias and systemic racism? Yeah, I've always thought, well, we all know, everybody in the whole world knew that they bought that, and bought it or not, they need to give it back. She should have never had it to start with. I mean, how many times have I said, while she's grandstanding and taking these awards, she's actually sidelining women that should actually, come under the jurisdiction of being worthy of such an award, which she isn't. There was that other one with Gloria Steinem as well, that she took an award for being something that she hadn't done, and again was keeping somebody else that should have received it from receiving it. So yeah, that's my splurge on it. It's my take.
And so if the world didn't want to believe that there's such a thing as bullying, this unleashing of the Sussex machine on me and the 540 employees at Sentebale who received this and have had to defend it.
Yes, there are two different pictures being painted here.
Yeah, but I think, we all know what the Sussex squad is like, don't we?
So according to Sophie Chanduka, the trustee chairman of Sentebale, Harry's a bully, and he unleashed the full-scale images and harassment of the Sussex machine.
Yeah, actually he did. And so there you go. I mean, he thanked the Sussex squad in his damn book, didn't he? So anybody that suffered from online trolling and real life, because it doesn't only go on online, it goes into your real life as well. The several people that the focal point of people that have been bullying the YouTubers that we all know about. I don't believe a Sussex Squad. I think they tried to get involved with Sussex Squad and Sussex Squad buoyed them off because they're pussies. Basically, they're doing it for a different reason, but the bigger scheme of it, I think there are people that tagged onto it and use it as an excuse. Because some of them have actually got, when you look into the cyberstalkers, they've got peripheral connections to some of the peripheral charities, whether they're doing it on behalf of Harry or they're just psychopaths that feel that there's some way justified in their behaviour, which there's no justification for what any of them have done. And here we have a real life manifestation of what people have been putting up with online for quite a few years now. You can't say anything about the Marklet, and every time she gets up and starts talking about disinformation, misinformation and bullying online, don't we all collectively just want to puke? We really do. The woman's a bleeding psycho. I've had enough of her. I've had enough of him. They need to stop. Charles, I know he's an ill man, bloody bleeding blood. Take their things away and let them get on with it. Who do they think they are, going around the place calling them Sussex? Oh, I'm Megan Sussex now. Yeah, the only thing Sussex about you is an appendage that's probably the size of Sussex, love. Right, so that's all I'm saying, because I'll probably get myself into trouble if I say any more. So anyway, I love you and leave you, wherever you are in the world. I hope this sort of, you can make sense of it. Yeah, I'm scratching I am over it. It's really annoyed me, because at the bottom of all these machinations and her trying to cream off the top of the money into her charity, blah-de bleeding blah, is little children suffering. And the people wouldn't have been giving the donations, if they thought it was going to be creamed off to the Marklet. Yeah, do you get me? Which is why she turns up there with Serena, or whatever her name is. Because basically Archewell is her baby. I mean, he is her stormtrooper, isn't he? He's her go-for, isn't he? He really is. He's just, Barry Barrington. So, or Willie Wiggins, really. I think something should happen soon. People need to stand up and speak out against these people. It needs to be stopped, because before it was all linear and you couldn't quite discern it. You knew it, but you couldn't articulate it. You couldn't exactly point to something and say, look at this is what's happened. Whereas you can now. You can. Yeah, we had the Jason Knorf emails and everything, so we all knew. We've all seen them. We all know what she's capable of, but now we've actually got evidence. The royal family need to stand up, get a backbone, get a pair of kahunas, and take their titles away from them. Yeah, she'll call herself Princess Henry, but just let her do it. Just let her get on with it. Just stop calling herself Sussex. From somebody that was born and bred in Sussex. All right, I wasn't born in Sussex, but I've lived in Sussex all my life. And my children are from Sussex, all my relations are from Sussex, loads of Sussex people, and none of us are like her. None of us are like that. Self-aggrandising, grandstanding, look at me, the whole time, on the back of little children, ostensibly suffering with HIV. There you go. Tells you everything you need to know about her.